Hey guys, I this is actually the first time I've ever went live, so to speak. Um, so I was trying to figure out if there's a way where I can basically have it where I can show y'all like my database and stuff that I use. And I've had another channel that I had about a year. Actually, I still have it on another account. And what I do, I'm a contracted employee with the FBI and other entities, and I'm also a private investigator, and I'm a licensed banker. And what I do is I call up companies that are breaking laws, doing illegal business practices, all kinds of, and I type up citations and everything, and go ahead and do all that. Now, in editing, if I can figure a lot of this out, because again, I've never went live, then I would be able to up my database, Spillman, and all that good stuff for y'all. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make a call to one of these businesses, and then we're gonna go ahead and try to get to the bottom of some stuff. Now, on this other stuff here, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way where I can add in like the other screens. I guess it'd just be like an audio mode. So I guess I'll do it in editing. Um, so yeah, let's begin. So first I record the audio, Spillman, and go to first name, and I get ready to type in everything. Then I make a call to the business that I'm investigating, which in this case is going to be Charter. And Charter actually owes me a lot of money. I investigate a ton of businesses. One second. All right. So Charter Spectrum. Wow, where to begin on? Basically stole around $4 from me within the past 3 years. Actually, it's been about 5 years now. And and I wish I was able to put my database and stuff like all on the same screen on here, so y'all would be able to see it while I'm talking. Um, but I'm not really sure how to do all that. But um, so here's a letter that they sent me, and these people are the most scammest business that I've ever dealt with, um, pretty much the entire time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call them, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of they're uh, why they're doing all this. I mean, it's a scam. It really is. I've had to investigate them for years. They've had people in the Philippines pretend to work for them. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Welcome to Spectrum. This call may be monitored or recorded. Para español, marque cinco.
And I'm going to be typing in the info and stuff on my database too. So
Sorry, if you're calling about getting new Spectrum service, say new customer. All right. So that I can transfer you to the right place, please tell me the five-digit zip code of your service address. Thanks. One moment, please.
And I'm on my laptop in case y'all didn't know.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello, yes. Thank you for calling Spectrum. This is Edward, where we offer the best in mobile services. How may I help you today?
Gotta be kidding me. Yeah. So, do you sell cable?
Yes, we
And what state are you in? And what's your name?
we're in Texas, San Antonio, Texas. That's one of our call centers.
One of
out
them.
here.
Okay. Well, which one are you in?
San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay. Great. And what's your name?
Edward.
Edward. Huh. So, here's what I'm trying to figure out, Edward.
Yes, go ahead.
So, y'all's company has sat here and broken federal laws, and now I'm in a situation where I have to write up a citation and an incident report and make a profile on you and the company. Because 5 years ago, I had an account. I paid $8,000 a piece on the internet, which I own all the equipment also. And I had a cable account that I paid $15,000 for, which I have about 80 pages of evidence on. And throughout the years, Charter Spectrum has sat here and claimed that you have a legal team, which you don't. And I'm not going to get into all that at the moment because then my stuff would be very prolonged. But what I am going to go ahead and talk on is if you actually had a legal team, I would not be having to do any of this. I would not be having to sit here and investigate a communications company for what is essentially communications fraud, breaking federal law like the Communications Act of 1998, sitting here illegally closing accounts and theft of property for stealing thousands of dollars from me. Now, I don't know, if they've got you across seas or whatever, and if you're just here to try to waste my time, but I can tell you that I've been doing investigations like this for close to 3 years. And I've worked together with the FBI and other entities, and I'm contracted with the FBI. I'm not a direct employee, but I am contracted. So the thing that I'm trying to figure out right now is, and actually the FBI has looked into a lot of my cases. I use the federal database, which I have in front of me, and I've had to cite y'all for theft of property. Because every time I get somebody out here to hook up cable, 3 days later, y'all cut it off. And that makes no sense. It's illegal. It's a felony. And it tells me that you're not a legitimate company. And then when I call in and I have people say, oh, well, we have a legal team. No, you don't. Because I actually have a master's in law. And if you had a legal team, they would actually be required by law to speak to me if they actually was a legal team, because I'm ready to go ahead and put y'all in court. And I've contacted the judge and the DA on this. Not to mention the FBI has gotten involved. Because at first, and this is kind of ironic, but apparently the people that I've been investigating has actually sat here and contacted the FBI trying wolf on me for impersonating. And I'm not. I'm contracted. There's a difference. I'm also a veteran, by the way. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years.
Thank you for your service.
So the problem that I'm having here is that not only is this apparently a scam, and even the technicians that came here and hooked up my internet didn't know what they was doing because they screwed up 2 of the routers that I paid $8,000 a piece on. And then when I called customer service, I got people that said, oh, your account is closed. Well, no, it's not, because I paid $15,000 on it. And in fact, it's still good for another 8 years. But the box itself was still working. I was literally watching cable as they were saying that my account was closed. So I'm sitting there like, really, my account is closed? And I'm sitting here watching cable while you're saying my account is closed. So either I've been dealing with scammers the entire time, which I also went to the local Charter Spectrum office with my private investigation badge, my federal database, which is Spillman, and a lot of the evidence, bills, credit letters, which it makes no sense because that's credit fraud on top of everything else. And what essentially happened is they was basically saying, well, there's nothing that we can do, but they also said we looked in the notes and they said, yeah, this is illegal because we saw where somebody from the so-called validation department illegally blocked my address from service. Now, as a communication, there is federal laws that you have to follow. One of them being the Communications Act of 1998, which makes it a felony to block anybody's address from service at any point in time. The only way that you're able not to service me is if you don't service my area, as in city. And there is at least 5 other people on my street with Charter Spectrum service. So the fact that I have people say, and then I even had people say, oh, well, we're not blocking your address, we're blocking the account. No, you're blocking the address because the account is closed. So you can't really block an account if it's already closed. Which, just for the record, it wasn't supposed to be closed either because that is a felony. And I paid thousands of dollars towards the accounts, which I have on paper. So, and now, since I had people try wolf to the FBI about me sitting here investigating y'all for what is illegal and felonies. And then I sit here and I actually had an FBI agent call me on my personal phone. Someone that I'm actually talking to you on now. And he called me and he said, are you in post now? I said, no, I'm contracted. And I let him know who I was contracted through. I told him how I got started, went to FBI.gov, signed up. I have a federal that I use, which is what most law enforcement uses, unless it's a localized system. And I actually had to undergo a national federal background check through NJIS, it's a national justice system, and in order to obtain my federal database. And so when the FBI was looking into me and they found all that stuff out, and as it turns out, they was looking into my cases for the past 6 months before I even knew that they was looking into my cases. Because 6 months before they had actually called me, the agent that talked to me said, well, I've been looking into your cases for 6 months, which in my work is around 30 or 40 different cases, different illegal companies. And I know Charter is within that realm because I go back and forth to y'all and a number of other businesses, and I'm having to investigate every so often. Some of them I forget, some of them I close the cases on, and some of them I go back and forth on, like this one. So the FBI got involved, and I'm sorry, do you want to talk? Because you keep coughing, so I'm assuming you want to talk.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's interesting.
Really? Okay. So the FBI got involved and essentially told me that you're a scam. You're an illegal company, and you shouldn't even be able to even be active at this point because you've broken federal laws. So, and actually the FBI basically told me that I'm in the clear and I can keep doing what I'm doing as long as I tell people my name and I tell them that I'm contracted, which is what I've been doing. So, and actually I was doing that before, but I had to clarify some stuff with one of the agents in the Bureau because I was under the impression that special agent and federal agent was the same. And well, actually, I'm sorry, it was different. And special agent and federal agent are the same as far as directly employed. And what I would be is contracted. So there's a difference. So that's what it was about. But then after we cleared that up, he basically said that I was in the clear. So the other thing, too, that I'm trying to get to the bottom of is who is responsible for what y'all do as far as with your customers. Because I've spoken to literally every department. I have a record on here for Charter bills, Charter sales, and about 3 different office locations. So what I'm gonna and I also have a citation and a lot of other stuff that I just haven't been able to print off yet. Oh, and just for fun, I'm going to throw this in here too. I'm working with a federal agency to get a surveillance van so I can actually do my work like this on the move. Also, so and it has built-in Wi-Fi, so it makes it easier to print stuff off with a wireless printer. The other thing too that I'm trying to because I was born in '83. Uh, I am not, which my license and stuff says 95, but I wasn't born in 95 at all. In fact, I grew up with Goose Troop and Tailspins and Jungle Book and freaking Rugrats and the Cat Dog and pretty much all of it. Um, but the thing is that now I'm in a situation where I'm dealing with what is essentially an illegal business. And by the way, you have to have a manager to answer the calls unless you're trying to work from home, which I wouldn't be surprised if you are because of the virus. But I mean, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this at this point, and I've actually postponed this. Oh, you
you're
are
in
great.
corporate office. Yes.
Great, you're in corporate. Do you have a manager?
I could transfer you to a department that will. This will just take a moment.
Yeah. What
Thank
was
you.
your name?
Edward.
Oh, right. And you're where again?
In San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead and transfer you there one moment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, where are you located at?
Oh, I'm in Alabama. That's really all you need to
Alabama.
know there.
Pretty fun. One moment.
Yeah.
Be right with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see that somebody's watching now. I'm an investigator. I'm having to investigate a scam.
What is your zip code, please?
Oh,
transfer you to the correct department.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. That would be 35501.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'm transferring you to that department.
It doesn't matter. By the way, just for the record, that is not my zip code. And it doesn't, I don't have to give the zip code. But.
I know you don't. So let me just transfer you to somebody that'll help you here. Okay.
That's funny. He's still on the phone. So what's going on here is I'm investigating a business that has broken federal laws, and I've had to get the FBI involved. No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that I'm talking to other people.
Perfect. So let me transfer you there.
Yeah, go ahead and do that then. I'm having to investigate scammers at this point.
To manage your account from your mobile
So,
device, you can troubleshoot your equipment.
basically what's happening is I'm contracted with the FBI. I use federal databases. I have Spillman, ALPR, and a bunch of other stuff. Now, I don't know if you're able to see this, like what's on my computer as far as my database with all the info and stuff on it, but because I'm not really used to live. I don't really go live. I just record stuff and then post it. But so if anybody wants to talk to me in the chat, if anybody knows how to put this on the actual screen, I don't know if y'all can see it and I can't. I don't know. But I am contracted with the FBI. I've been working cases like this for 3 years. I also am a veteran. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years and did as a captain. That is not stolen valor. I have VA stickers.
On some calls, we may ask for your security code,
I got my
which is
stickers
found
and
on the
stuff
upper
right here
left-hand
from
corner
the
of your
VA.
bill.
I am a
If you're calling
veteran.
to make a change to your account,
And
please have this
actually,
information ready.
I'm actually a disabled veteran. I had seizures. I still have seizures now. And I was immediately discharged because of seizures back in 2015. So, but now what I'm getting to the bottom of here is essentially a scam, and So yeah, that's about it. I know there's like a glare behind me. That's my light. Um, so I don't know how this is actually going to turn out or how it's going to look or whatever. But so yeah, that's about it. I'm going to actually
Spectrum Mobile is now the fastest
pull
growing
this back
mobile
up,
provider in the nation. And
and
it's
we're
easy
going
to see
to
why. Delivering
figure
the
out
fastest
how
overall speeds coast to coast. No contracts, added fees, or taxes. And you can save up to 40% when you switch. Spectrum Mobile. It's a better way to mobile.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. That's, I don't know if they can hear me good or not. It doesn't seem like they can. I'm not sure.
We are currently experiencing longer wait times than usual. Thank you for your patience. Please hold on the line for the next available representative and have your account information handy. For your convenience, you can find answers to many of your questions on Spectrum.net and the My Spectrum app.
Yeah, ain't nobody checking out my stream. It doesn't look like. Hello? Oh boy. I'm just gonna end this video.